5 reasons you are not rich yet. Listen to me. I don't care who you are, where you're from, or what story you've been feeding yourself every night before bed. If you are not rich yet, if you are not even close, if you wake up stressed about bills, confused about your future, and constantly wondering why life feels so heavy on your shoulders, I'm going to tell you exactly why. And it's not going to be soft. It's not going to be kind. It's not going to sound like the motivational nonsense you're used to. It's going to hurt. Because the truth always hurts when you've been living a lie. You want comfort, that's why you're broke. You want validation, that's why you're weak. You want people to pat you on the back for trying, that's why you're stuck exactly where you are. There are 5 reasons you're not rich yet. 5 brutal, undeniable reasons. And once you hear them, once you let them sink into your bones, you will never look at yourself the same way again. So let's break this down. Reason number 1, you waste time. Time, the most precious currency you have, and you spend it like it's free. You wake up, and the first thing you do is grab your phone. You scroll, you double tap, you laugh at stupid memes. You waste half your morning looking at other people's lives while your own is falling apart. And then you wonder, why am I not successful? Why am I not moving forward? Because you treat time like a toy, instead of the weapon it's supposed to be. Every second you waste is a second stolen from your future self. You can make money back. You can get possessions back. You can rebuild relationships. But you can never buy back wasted time. And most of you, you're slaves to your own distractions. You think you're free because you can binge Netflix for 10 hours. You think you're free because you can play video games until the sun comes up. But freedom is not doing whatever feels good. Freedom is controlling your time, and you don't control anything. You let TikTok control you. You let YouTube control you. You let junk food, alcohol, gossip, laziness control you. You're not free. You're a prisoner. You want to be rich? Then stop treating time like garbage. Start treating it like oxygen. Without it, you are dead. And here's the sad truth. Some of you will hear me right now. You'll nod your head. You'll even feel motivated. And tomorrow morning, you'll wake up and go right back to scrolling. That's why you're not rich yet. Reason 2, you are afraid of hard work. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to me. You're scared of effort. You talk about the grind. You talk about the hustle. You hashtag it. You post quotes. You say the words. But the moment things get uncomfortable, you fold. You want the results, but you don't want the process. You want the millions, but you don't want the sleepless nights. You want the lifestyle, but you don't want the sacrifice. Everyone wants to be rich, but nobody wants to pay the price. The people you admire, the ones driving the cars, wearing the watches, living in mansions, traveling the world, they are not lucky. They are killers when it comes to work. They work when they're tired. They work when it's boring. They work when everyone else is partying. They work like their life depends on it, because it does. You work hard for a few hours, then say, I need a break, a break. You need a break from being broke? You need a break from being average? Your ancestors fought wars, starved, clawed their way through history just so you could sit in your room and cry about being tired after a couple hours of work? Pathetic. Do you want to know why you're not rich? Because the moment things get heavy, you run. The moment it gets difficult, you look for comfort. You chase easy, and easy will never make you rich. Reason 3, your circle is trash. Look around you. Look at the people in your life. What do you see? Do you see ambition? Do you see drive? Do you see vision? Or do you see a bunch of losers laughing, drinking, gossiping, talking about celebrities, sports, drama, video games, and never ever building anything? Birds of a feather flock together. You cannot soar like an eagle when you're surrounded by pigeons. You sit in rooms with people who make excuses all day long, and then you wonder why your life is one big excuse. You hang out with people who waste time, and then you wonder why you waste time. You surround yourself with mediocrity, because mediocrity makes you feel comfortable. But listen carefully, rich people don't waste time with losers. They don't waste time in conversations that go nowhere. They don't sit around gossiping. They are obsessed with growth, with opportunity, with domination. And if you don't put yourself in those rooms, if you don't put yourself around killers, you will stay broke. Show me your friends, and I will show you your future. And right now, your future looks like trash. Reason 4, you have no discipline. This is the big one, the one that separates the rich from the broke. Discipline. You don't have it. You live life on impulse. You eat whatever you want. You sleep whenever you want. You spend money you don't have. You waste hours you can't afford to lose, and then you wonder why your life is chaos. You think discipline is painful? Try being broke for your entire life. That's pain. Discipline is freedom. Discipline is power. Discipline is the foundation of wealth. You think billionaires wake up at noon, hit snooze 10 times, spend their mornings scrolling social media? No, they wake up with a plan. They execute with military precision. They treat every single day as a battlefield, and they fight to win. Meanwhile, you're lying to yourself with the biggest excuse of all. I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next year. And before you know it, you're 40 years old with nothing but regrets. Discipline is the difference between rich and broke. You don't lack money. You lack discipline. Reason 5, you don't want it bad enough. This is the real reason, the core of everything. You say you want to be rich. You say you want success. You say you want freedom. But if I followed you for a week, if I put a camera on your daily habits, what would I see? Would I see someone grinding like their life depends on it? Or would I see laziness, distractions, excuses, weakness? You don't want it. You want the fantasy of being rich. You want to look rich on Instagram. You want people to think you're successful, but you don't actually want the grind that creates real success. That's why you're broke, until you hate mediocrity, until you despise being normal, until the idea of being average makes you sick to your stomach. You will never change. You'll keep talking, you'll keep dreaming, you'll keep posting quotes online, but you will never do the work, and that's why you're not rich yet. So let me leave you with this. 5 reasons you're broke. 5 reasons you're still stuck. You waste time. You're scared of hard work. Your circle is garbage. You have no discipline. And deep down, you don't really want it. You want to change? Then stop being comfortable. Stop being weak. Stop living like you have infinite time. Get disciplined. Get hungry. Get obsessed. Because the moment you do, the moment you truly commit, life will bend for you. Opportunities will appear. Money will chase you. Freedom will become real. But until then, you will stay broke. And that's the truth.